Hey guys, my name is Andrew and welcome back to another video. Now before we get into today's video guys, I was going to say that I'm super duper sorry for not uploading in like over 3 weeks. I don't even know how long it's been because I've actually sold my laptop, which means I've been without a computer for over 3 weeks and I've been going crazy. I've been going absolutely psycho. I'm legit about to like lose my mind. But anyway guys, I am back with a PC build. So baby, this is my dream PC build. So we've got all the parts here. It's taken us 2 weeks to buy all the parts, save the money, get what we need, and basically in today's video I'm going to be building my dream gaming PC, and we're going to see how this thing goes, baby. So let's first off start with the case, baby. So here we have the Silent Base 601 Be Quiet, the tempered glass orange case, which is super duper nice. This goes for 199 in Australian currency. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about, when we're talking about money, I'm going to be talking about Australian currency. So this goes for 199 Australian dollars. And I actually bought all these parts from PC Case Gear, which is their computer service where you actually can buy their parts online. And you actually go to their store, well it's not really a store, it's more like a warehouse, and you actually pick it up there. Very, very nice, very, very basic. So here we have the Be Quiet 601 model, $199, tempered glass, which we'll be opening up a little bit later in the video. This thing is an absolute beast and it is sexy. These things are the most quietest PC cases in the business. Make sure you guys go check them out. Everything will be in the link in the description down below. My computer build will be down there along with all the parts and all the specs. If you guys want to do some more research on the individual components themselves, everything will be in the link in the description down below. So the next thing we have is this bad boy here, the MSI GeForce GTX 1070 Ti 8GB GPU. This thing is an absolute beast, $800 Australian, and I've always wanted one of these things. So I actually had an MSI laptop before I actually sold it and bought all these parts here. And I've been a fan of MSI for a while, and I thought that I was going to get to 1080, but I decided to get it for the 1070 Ti. This thing is an absolute beast, virtual reality ready. These this thing is just an absolute beast, I'm not going to lie. 1070 Ti, play hard, play silent, very, very, very quiet. And it also has lighting, I believe. It also has lighting, I'm pretty sure, which is nice, which syncs up to the motherboard, and you can control the lighting on the motherboard or the MSI application on your actual PC. So this thing will be in the link in the description down below, $800 Australian. This thing is crazy. Make sure you guys do your research before you actually look into buying GPUs because of the mining, the cryptocurrency and all that bullshit. If you guys want to save some money, make sure you guys do some research, and because their prices are always changing and they're always fluctuating. They're either going up or they're going down. $800 for this. I remember this used to be $750 and then it went up by $50 after Christmas because of this stupid mining cryptocurrency BS. So make sure you guys do your research and make sure you buy the cheapest price available if you can. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is the CPU, baby. We have the 8700 i7 CPU, 8th generation processor by Intel. Now this thing took me a while to actually buy. I was looking at Ryzen, AMD, all these other CPUs, but I thought to myself that I'm going to go with the i7 8700 processor by Intel, 8th generation processor. I was actually going to buy an AMD processor because I've been doing a lot of research. It took me like a week to figure out what I wanted to do, what I wanted to buy, because I heard that a lot of reviews that AMD actually make very good processors for video editing, photography editing, all that kind of stuff, all the visuals, the graphics, the design, all that. But Intel can provide the best experience for gaming. In my research, in my opinion, I found that Intel can do the best visuals for graphics and gameplay, and Ryzen are very good for video editing and streaming, all that good stuff. So for the CPU, I decided to go for the i7 8700 8th generation processor by Intel. I was going to go for the 8700K, which was $70 dearer, but for that, so it was not a massive difference, but it actually gets a lot hotter, a lot faster, and you need to have a better cooling system, which means more money. So I decided to stick with the 8700, which is just as good as the K. So the next thing we have, baby, is the SSD drive. So here we have a Samsung 97 EVO SSD, 250 gigabytes by Samsung. Now, I wouldn't say that an SSD is mandatory for your build, but it would definitely give you the heads up, especially with so I bought an SSD to download and install my operating system. So I have chosen Windows 10 right there on the USB drive, and this will load up Windows 10 extremely fast, and it's 250 gigabytes, which means I'll have a lot of room left. So I'm going to be also installing applications such as Steam and all that good stuff, which means everything will be super duper fast, because we all know that SSDs are much faster than hard drives. So basically, if you guys want to invest in an SSD, I would definitely recommend it. This goes for, I believe, $129, and the CPU goes for $529 Australian. Everything here is bought by PC Case Gear. Their link will be in the description down below. Now the next thing we have, baby, is the MSI B360 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard. This thing is a beast, brought for $189 from PC Case Gear. This thing has got some weight to it, and it definitely is going to match the build incredible. Here we have the Intel motherboard B360 by MSI, the Pro Carbon Gaming motherboard. This thing is insane, and it's like at least 3 to 4 kilos. Not gonna lie, it's pretty heavy. RGB Mystic Light. So we have RGB. We have some fan frames, RGB fan frames, digital fan frames, and digital RGB strips here, which all connect to the motherboard, and they will allow us to change the visuals and lighting designs on the actual PC itself, on the MSI application through the PC, which is very nice. And you guys will be able to see this motherboard later on in the video. So these go for $189, and this thing is a beast. It actually has 2 sockets, I believe, for SSD, which means I've got 250 gigabyte SSD. I will be looking into investing maybe in a 500 gigabyte SSD. Maybe it's not mandatory, but it would definitely make things a lot easier and make things a lot faster. So $189 from PC Case Gear Australian, definitely worth it. This thing is a beast. I do know it has 2 sockets for SSD drives, but I'm not sure if it actually has 2 more. It possibly might have 4, but I do know it has 2 SSD drives, and these things are definitely one of a kind. You guys want to go check them out. Link in the description, baby. So the next thing we have is the 4 terabyte. Yes, that's right, 4 terabyte hard drive. I was going to get the 2 terabyte, but I did some research, and gamers did say that they actually do. They do lose a lot of memory really fast. So 2 terabytes can go like that when you're constantly downloading new games and all this. Plus, modern day games are pretty big these days, like 150 gigs, and flying every year. These big games are just getting more bigger and bigger in size.
That's what she said.
So here we have the 4 terabyte Barracuda Seagate 4 terabyte hard disk. These go for $159 Australian, and these things can be fragile, so gotta be careful. And these, I would say, at least 2 to 3 kilos. $159. Yep, $159. 4 terabytes of RAM of gigs. 4 terabytes, so that's 4,000 gigs. My bad. $159 at PC Case Gear Australian. So next thing we have is the power supply. Now this thing is by Be Quiet, same as the case, which is very nice, and it also has orange stripes around the fan, which is going to suit the case because this is the orange case, or the black case with orange stripes that go through the case, which is very nice. So this thing will suit the PC build extremely beautifully, and it also is by Be Quiet, same as that, so it's going to be extremely silent, which is what we want. This is the 700 watt power supply by Be Quiet. I was originally going to get 600 watt, but I thought the prices they're so similar, like $10, $20, $30 apart. So I did get the 700 watt, which will definitely be able to look after our PC. Enough power for 1080s, 2 1080s in one system, baby. It's got perfect cable management, 80 plus gold, 700 watt, Be Quiet power supply, which is extremely beautiful. I've done a lot of research with all these parts, so it's taken me about 2 to 3 weeks to pick each part, which one I definitely want, because I don't want to be making regrets in the future. Maybe I should have bought this, should have bought that, but it's alright. So the next thing we have is obviously Windows 10, and this is the home version. Windows 10 on USB drive, which goes for $169 Australian from PC Case Gear. I'll leave other links in the description too, such as Amazon, eBay, and all those other Gucci places where you guys can buy technology and all that stuff, all different components and parts for your PC builds. So here we have the Windows 10 Home. I was going to get the Pro, but I did some research and thought that the Pro was more for business use. So people who are investing into businesses, Windows 10 Home will probably not be for you. Windows 10 Home is more for home use, like me building a PC, where you can do literally everything the same as Pro, except Pro is more for businesses. And it does vary, 64 32-bit USB drive, and it goes for $169, which is very, very nice. I actually kind of thought that it would be more expensive than $169, which is actually a very, very good price. So the next thing we have now, I'm so excited for these bad boys. Here we have the Team T-Force Delta RGB, 2400 megahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So we have 2 strips, 8 gigabytes each RAM, equaling to 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is nice, by T-Force Delta RGB. So these actually hook up into the motherboard and will be synced to the motherboard lighting system, where we can actually choose how to light up the system through the MSI application, like I said before, on the PC, with the fan frames by Fantex, and also the RGB strip digital by Fantex. So this thing is beautiful. These are RGB, which, like I said, they sync with the lighting system on the motherboard, and they're by Teamforce, and these are going to make our build look beautiful. Now, you don't have to obviously get RGB. If you do, they're going to cost a little bit more, not that much, but obviously we want to make this build look absolutely insane. Holy crap, this box is so big, I just realized it. But anyway, yeah, so these are more for aesthetics. You don't actually have to get the RGB, but I want to make it look beautiful and sexy as hell. So these are the 16 gigabytes of RAM, 2 strips of 8GB of RAM by T-Force. Very, very nice, very, very simple, boys. And the final things we have are for aesthetics. So here we have the RGB digital strip by Fantex. Now, the difference between digital and non-digital is that we did some research, and digital, and they're both the same price. Digital is actually, so they have a smooth transition between different lighting. So basically you can have one globe, one LED globe transition from one light to another, but with digital, it actually, the transition is so much more smoother. What it does, it might have one LED globe and it will actually transition, so it can have 2 to 3 colors on that one globe. So you can have red and blue on that one globe transitioning at the same time. So you can have one LED globe but have one half red and half blue, and then it just transitions so much smoother and it looks so beautiful. At night time it's going to be so aesthetically sexy looking. It's going to look absolutely beautiful, and at the end of the build obviously I will show you all the lights working, all that Gucci stuff, the build itself, the PC, everything is going to look beautiful. So obviously these are for aesthetics and these cost $29. So obviously you don't need to actually build your PC with these, but if you do want to make it look sexy, I definitely think it's worth the investment. For $29 you're definitely going to get what you get. So basically that is the RGB strip, and next we have the fan frames right down below. So I got 2 because my case has 2 fans built in the system, and basically these are by Fantex, same company as that, and these are also the digital RGB frames, and these are aluminium, and these things are packed so beautifully. Everything here is packed beautifully, like you do not want to open them at all. So these are the RGB fan frames, digital by Fantex, so they cover around the fan and make it look aesthetically pleasing to look at and beautiful. Like I said, these things are for aesthetic reasons. If you guys don't actually want to get these, you don't have to. These are just things to make your build look more sexy, more aesthetic, more intelligent, make it look more unique and have its own personality. And these go down for $29 too, but like I said, I bought 2, which brings it around to $58 Australian, which you guys can get from PC Case Gear, which I strongly suggest if you live in Australia. These things are absolutely beautiful. Anyway guys, so that's the build. So with the build, the total price I believe costs around $2,500 without the aesthetics, but with the aesthetics it comes down to I believe around $2,589. So everything here, including the case, the aesthetics, or the motherboard, the GPU, everything here, $2,500, and yeah, $2,589, but without the aesthetics you're looking around $2,500 for this build. I saved my money, I took a lot of time into research, and basically here's the build, baby. And anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get straight into the build, baby.